Good day, folks. Welcome to Cemetery Channel. I'm a Florida Golden Girl, your host. Today we're in downtown Winter Garden. And according to the clock, it's Christmas time. So I'm going to take you along for a tour of our downtown decorated for the holidays. We're pretty famous on social media when it comes to the way they've decorated this place. So the main street going into Winter Garden is Plant Street. And so every side street is decorated for the holidays. So I figured I would take you along. Today we're not going to a cemetery. This is new right here. It's a balmy 61 degrees out. And they've really have decorated it on the side streets. One time they kept it to the main street, which is Plant Street. And so now they've changed it. Now they're doing the side streets, which gives people an opportunity to see more decorations, and it brings them to the side streets in hopes of attracting business. So, as I mentioned, every year, they really decorate Winter Garden. And then normally in the evenings, it's always packed. And so I just thought this was just such a cool thing. I figured, well, it's just something that I wanted to do. And so let's go ahead, and they're playing Christmas music. Okay, folks, so I walked up to Plant Street and North Lakeview. And so we're going to continue our little Christmas journey here in Winter Garden. And believe it or not, that's the post office I get my mail. I know the lady rather well. Next to the post office is the police station. So they've really built this up. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, happy holidays. There you go. Nothing about Festivus, folks, which is not for the rest of us. Okay, so there's the, see, that's kind of, I like how they all this decorated. And so we're passing the Winter Garden Police Department. And again, nighttime, this place is really lit and it's really enjoyable. So, for any viewers out there, again, that are coming to Disney during December, try and make it out to Winter Garden. They really have this lit. They'll have it lit through maybe first week in January. And this is our local American Legion post. Yes, at one time I used to be a member, but I prefer the VFW. Too many, the bingo is really popular, And they do a lot for the community up to a point. But I feel like the VFW, you really do get, they really do more. Okay, we're crossing the street. We are going west on Plant Street, and we're going to City Hall. Now, the City Hall, it's a new building, so you know how they fake new buildings, try to make them look old? Thank you, idiot! Sorry about that, folks. So on the 22nd of December, they're having the Christmas Carol. That's at the theater. Last year, I went and purchased tickets for a Scrooge, and they closed. The theater went bankrupt, and then they closed it. So it's cool. I really like this. So this is our City Hall. That is not an old building. That's a newer building. Well, it's really cool how they got that all decorated. Now, during the evening time or later on in the daytime, they really have this decorated. Was built in 2008. But you gotta admit, they really did a good job. If you look at any old pictures of Winter Garden, a lot of this just did not exist. There were some old buildings, but a lot of this is new. There's the Masonic Lodge where they do nefarious things. And then you can see, if I pan this, you're gonna see how far that goes. And you can hear him play music in the background. That's again why I'm trying to be careful on the filming. All right, so let me tell you about the lady that I yelled at. If you come to downtown Winter Garden, be very careful when you cross the street, or you cross even across the street there or at the crossing walk, because people here, even though there's a police presence, they will run stop signs, they will do a rolling stop, they will do a California stop, and any stop they think of. She did not stop. Normally, if you're crossing the street, they're supposed to stop for you, and that didn't happen, and I made that comment. And then she sat there thinking she was above me, and that's when I called her an idiot. And another thing, I'm sure for all of you first-time people, or even those that are return visitors, the way the people drive now, it's gotten really worse. So all I do is ask you, regardless of whether you drive or fly and rent a car, just be careful, because the people are crazy. I'm sure it's no different than in any other place here in the States or in any other country, but here it's just a real big deal. And so I just ask you to proceed with caution. If you can take an Uber, that would be a good thing. And the Ubers here are pretty safe. I personally wouldn't take a Lyft, but I would take an Uber. So now we are on South Highland. They don't have anything decorated down there, but I just figured I'd show you a little bit more of our little fair town. So all of the decorations are a part of a thing that they have called Holiday Wonderland. And so they're just doing it to kind of attract business to the area. We are not far from Disney. Celebration is sort of a, how do you say, it's really close to Disney, and it's really, really, really hard to park there. And so this kind of offers people an alternative. If you look at some of my earlier videos, you're going to see that I've done pretty much everything that downtown has to offer. I've taken you to the Railroad Museum. I've taken you to the Chamber of Commerce and other local places of interest. And so I haven't taken you here for Christmas. And so I just thought it was just such a cool thing to do. Where's my sidekick, you're asking? That's a great question. He's with his brother, and they were at a local coffee shop. Now, my numerous complaints, health issues, one of them is I can't really eat their food because it's rich in dairy and it's really overpriced, something that you get for nothing. And I just, it's Christmas and I'm trying to kind of saving money, because we're doing some dining out for Christmas Eve and for New Year's Eve. So, you know how it is. You save them for a rainy day. So these are one of the pavilions that they've opened up, and this is just really cute. Such an interesting idea to hang, if any of you have something like that, you can hang Christmas bulbs, from the ceiling. That's kind of an interesting concept. Now, this goes actually on for another mile. And no, I'm not walking another mile. But I just really thought that I wanted to show you a little bit. Now at nighttime, this is really all lit up. So this gives you the event list of what's happening in December. And so they're doing what's called a horse-drawn carriage, and they don't normally have them, but people are up in arms about it. For 20 minutes, they'll charge you $114. $114. And a lot of people are like, no, I'm not going to spend that on 20 minutes. And then you got a lot of people that are, that are, for the horse, and they said it's cruel. I myself, what are my thoughts? I don't like it. I'm one of those that feel that the days of carrying overweight people around is ridiculous. So, but this is the tree in the middle of the thing. Kind of cool, huh? One of the people that actually works for the city and the Department of Public Works, we actually knew him from working at Disney. So I thought that was kind of cool. His group puts this up. And so So those are real poinsettias, folks. So an interesting thing to note is that this downtown is actually on a public website. You can actually I don't know what the website is. I'll find out and put it in the description box below. But if you go on this website, you can actually see the beginning where it says Winter Garden and the time, and it gives you a little bit of idea of people going. But yeah, they have a live webcam of just downtown Winter Garden. Kind of cute, huh? But I mean, a lot of these are all a lot of local shops. Are they cheap? No, nothing here is cheap. Now, my very favorite place in the whole world that I come to all the time is Adjectives. They have one in Winter Park. They have one in Altamont. They have a like an outlet, and I bought my bar stools there, and I just thought that was just cool. But that's where my sidekick is at Rosalie. This is where he goes to for his coffee. Now you're wondering, do I want to see what's going on in Adjectives? Well, you know, this is something that I normally don't do, but yeah, let's go along and see what they've got. But as you can see, it just goes all the way down. They have really cute clothes here, folks, but it's for small people. I'm not small. All right, let's go in. So this is some of the Christmas decor. What they do is they kind of take antiques and they repurpose them. And so, normally, this is all the clothes. They have really cute stuff here for clothes, but it's overpriced, folks, and it's for smaller people. So in some of the other stores, what they do is they will sell real antiques, and what they do here is they kind of each place has a stall. And so sometimes I see some things I like. And so, and not only they have some really cool things, but then again, you know how that goes. And you know, here, this is $39. Now, some of the things they sell is they also sell a lot of Disney. If you're ever in the area, folks. Normally, when you really don't want to go far, you might want to try Disney out. These are some of the I know one time Jeffrey was talking about cardinals, and for me, cardinals, if you see a cardinal, we were always told that it is good luck. That's just our belief that my mother shared with me. Oh, if you ever see a cardinal, blah, blah, blah. I see this, but they went for $4. And I'm just like, that's a little bit too much. Excuse me. So one time they used to have Bobesh on it, and I used to buy a lot of stuff here, but the guy that used to buy the tables and all that stuff, he died, and so they really changed things a lot. So, and this is a dressing table, but it doesn't. It's $3.99, and they'll take it and repaint it up and things like that, but because it's playing music, I'm trying this is it as a okay, so we're in the front of the store. And so again, it's really hard to film in places that have music. It's kind of cool. But they want 16 for that. No, thank you. No, it's all right. Okay, I don't really see anything here I like. I've pretty much bought a lot of stuff. If you're ever in the area, this is a place that I recommend you come. All right, folks. So we're going to meet my sidekick.
Okay.
There he is, folks, for your viewing pleasure. It's my sidekick.
How's it going?
So I just finished filming, wrapping up filming in downtown Winter Garden.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. It's beautiful Winter Garden. Yeah.
What'd you have?
I ordered a decaf cappuccino. You got a decaf chamomile coming.
That's his younger brother.
And that's the brother. And anyway,
See you on the 24th.
see you on the 24th.
All right, folks. Thank you for coming along with us on our journey to downtown Winter Garden. I hope you enjoyed our little Christmas foray. And with that, thank you for watching. And so long for now.